Toronto is facing a massive budget shortfall of $235 million due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This shortfall threatens to affect the city's frontline services, such as transit, shelters, public health, and more. The city needs urgent financial support from the federal government to avoid cuts and maintain its vital role in the national economy. The federal government had committed to match provincial funding to cover the city's pandemic-related expenses. However, Ottawa has not delivered on its promise yet. The city has received only $1 billion from the federal Safe Restart Agreement, which is not enough to cover the lost revenues and increased costs caused by the pandemic. The city is not alone in this situation. Other municipalities across Canada are also struggling with funding gaps and are calling for federal assistance. For example, Ottawa's mayor has asked the province to review its decision to allocate only $48 million to the capital city from a new pot of homelessness funding, noting that it has a funding gap of $37 million to maintain current service levels for those experiencing homelessness. The city is asking residents to join the fight and push Ottawa to fill the city's funding gap. The city has provided a template email that residents can use to contact their local MPs and demand federal support for Toronto. The email highlights the importance of Toronto as Canada's economic engine and the need for federal leadership and partnership in helping the city recover from the pandemic. The email also reminds the MPs that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made an election campaign promise in 2021 to help Toronto through the pandemic. The city is urging residents to hold the federal government accountable for its commitment and ensure that Toronto gets its fair share of funding. The city is counting on residents to make their voices heard and stand up for Toronto. By contacting their local MPs, residents can help the city secure the federal funding it needs to continue providing essential services and support its recovery and resilience.